What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 live stream, Project Hero, where we're developing, at least trying to develop an RPG from scratch using C++, Unreal Engine 4, the gameplay ability system, blueprints, and pretty much try to do everything we can to try to make some RPG elements and see if we could put a game together. So in the last stream, we worked on a health potion so that we can heal ourselves if we are damaged, and I can just demonstrate that real quick. So we have a basic health bar. We get 20 damage, and then we can heal ourselves. So that's all. We accomplished a little bit more in the last live stream. We also created a new data table that we might need to use later on. And for like health values for potions for items potentially later on. So in this live stream, we're gonna do a couple things. Let me bring up our Trello. I'll switch this over. So we're kind of mixing things together. I kind of want to work a little bit on the inventory system. What's up, Codebreaker? So I want to work on start at the beginning of an inventory system. I want to add a level attributes so that we can pass that in. And then I don't know, just slowly build an inventory system. I try to figure out the best way to do that. So let's just get started. The easy thing to do is just to add some new attributes. So we can go ahead and start that. So we'll need two attributes. Maybe we'll add. Yeah, we won't worry about experience or anything yet. We'll just worry about actually making a level, because I do have a debug console command that lets us just change attributes, so we can kind of just update our level when we need to. So let's go ahead and get into Visual Studio. Let's go in to our, what do we want? Attributes. So hero attributes, we could do .h. So we can just add at the bottom. We can kind of copy these ones. So we're going to do level and max level, just so we have a max level, and we can kind of clamp it if we ever want to. Hero level. I am just now working on creating sessions and allowing players to connect to them. Nice. How's that going? I'm assuming are you using blueprints for that, or are you actually going to be looking at like the networking code? Because I think it can handle a lot of stuff used in Python. What asset? Why? I wonder. Simplicity. All right. If it works for you, it works for you. So we're making the two attributes. We'll do hero level, and then we'll do hero max level. And I think, do we have to do anything? Yeah, we'll do clamping of the level so it doesn't ever go over max. I mean, I made the server in Python, but I do make the request from C++. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I'm not good with multiplayer stuff and servers and stuff like that. So that's all gibberish to me. I guess you missed the intro before, but today we're going to, I want to first add a player level attribute and a max level attribute. And I just want to make sure passing that value into like gameplay effects does what I want it to do. So it pulls from the data table row as I would expect. And then once we get that done, we're going to create an inventory system component and then kind of figure out the best way to handle picking up items, storing that data in the inventory system component, and eventually displaying that information in a UI. So potentially like a grid, or some sort of grid display to show you with like icons and stuff like that. So that's not all today. We're just gonna see. That's gonna be like the end game. So right now we're just adding the attributes for the level and max level. So we could do one here. So we can check if the attribute is equal to get hero level. No, yes. Then we want to do new value equals. So picking and storing should not be that hard. However, you should also think about actually saving them. It's of no use having that whole system each time. Yeah, the saving system I don't know anything about with Unreal, at least not in C++. I think you have to serialize shit, and I don't fully understand how that works. Saving in blueprints is much easier, but I'm not going to do blueprints as long as I can help it. So yes, eventually we will do that. Baby steps, and we'll get there maybe eventually. So hero level will clamp from 1 to get hero max level. Not sure why that's giving me an error. Or do I have to do attribute? Yeah. Can I just do that? Maybe that's valid. And then let's just see if we can compile that. We should. Shouldn't be a big deal. I can help with converting structures to strings. I made a script to do that, and that's how I pass data to the server. Very cool. If I need help, I'll ask. For now, I'm just gonna go with the flow, see where it takes me, and if I run into a wall and I need help, you will definitely be one of the first people I will ask. But for now, I'm okay. Because like what I'm potentially thinking, because again, I'm not doing any shit with multiplayer. This is just single player. So we don't have to pass any data around to any servers or clients. So I'm thinking I will need to maybe I'll make a data asset that has its own structure, and in the structure it contains like a soft reference to like the blueprint actor to spawn that represents the item. In case we want to like, I don't know if we'll need that part, but maybe we can drag and drop it back into the world or something. Or the status structure can contain probably like a gameplay effect, icon information, all this crap. Because like we have to think, it has to be split up into like for some items there will need to be a physical representation. Maybe all items will need a physical representation. And what I mean by that is that it will need like a skeletal mesh if it's like an armor piece or a weapon or something like that, and potentially even normal items like potions. Maybe we can get away with static meshes with those. But, so there'll need to be a physical representation of what this item is, and then there needs to be a not physical representation of what the item is, and that's pretty much what like the gameplay effects it does. Maybe its worth in gold, price, icon for the UI, maybe some description, stuff like that. So I gotta figure out the best way to kind of split that. I guess like the physical representation can be like a blueprint actor that gets also a data asset with this information in it. I don't know. That's something to figure out. But nonetheless, we'll get there. So we created our attributes. So now I need to go into Google. Maybe let me just see what our data table looks like right now. Hero ability values, player attribute initialization. All right, so that's our data table. I know you guys can't really see that, but whatever. Let me go to Google Drive. I just want to see if this data table matches what I have on Google Drive. Is it hero attributes? Let me go. Let's switch over to what I'm looking at. It's gonna be a bright white screen, so watch out. So attributes, here we go. Okay, so that's hero item values. Why is it in attributes? Did I overwrite that? Oh, I did. Ugh. Okay, let me fix that. So this will be item values. And this will be attributes. Flashbang, yeah, watch out. Okay, so here's our initialization. So 500, 1, 600, 1, 1, 200, 100. Yeah, so this is up to date. So let me do hero player attributes dot hero level base value 1, min value 1, max value we'll just say 100, and then true. And then we get to copy this hero. What was the name of that attribute? Max level, right? Yeah, hero max level. And for now, yeah, we'll say 100. Min value 1, max level 100. True. Now we can file and download CSV of this bad boy. We can drop it into our directory here. Hero, data tables, initialization. Yes. Now let's go back. Let's re-import. Save. And now, yeah, here we have our hero level and max level. Is this connected to source control? Yeah, it is. I always set this to, what's the term I'm looking for? Source control. Or is it repository? Check out. There should be I don't know if it's a project setting or editor setting. Let's try editor preferences. Source control. So automatically check out on asset modification. Yes. That's what I want. So let's check out. Okay, we're good. So now we should have those attributes on our player. Do that. Inject, select our character. Assess again, and then we should have attributes. And yeah, hero level is 1, hero max level 100, and then if I use my cheat, what is it? Hero.attribute set player attribute. Hero level equals 2. There you go. The updates, so we're now level 2 technically. So we know that's working. So basically what I want to do and just verify with this level is that in our hero item values, our curve table. This is a bullshit curve table. Like, it's nothing special at the moment, but like at level 1, you heal for 10. At level 2, you heal for 20, and then 30, 40, etc. So I want to see if we can get that to work with our hero item. In the base hero item class that we made, I think we added too much to it because I want the hero item base to be very bare bones so that we can have all the other item types extend from it. Because like in my head, I want to have item base class, and then extending from that class, we have like, hero armor pieces, like hero potions, hero weapons, and they extend from that and kind of do their own thing, what they need to do. That's what I have in my head. And right now, our hero item base class, I think is doing a little too much. I don't know. We won't have to refactor it right now, I don't think, but we will need to eventually. So item. So here's our base. So obviously, like, we have a static mesh component, we have a collision component, stuff like that. What I did was I made a master dummy which contains all the attributes that are common to all things that will inherit from it alongside with the AC. Okay, cool. Because like what I'm thinking is, like, these items will have a set of attributes that they will be a buff. I don't know if I want to declare them as attributes or just have a gameplay effect that is applied. Yeah, that's pretty much what my idea is as well. Just do a bunch of inheritance with these items, and obviously with the inventory system component, it will look for everything with inventory item and then display it. And like all the displays should kind of have the same layout in one way or another. So have a description, have an icon representation, a name of the item, maybe a tooltip, information if you hover over it or something, things like that. So here, this is where we're applying the healing. So now I need to get access to the level. I think I can do this. I think there's stuff in my hero character or my player character. Let me just see. Just minimize shit that I don't need. So this is the constructor possessed. Begin play, input. I don't need anything with input. Crouching. Uncrouch. I don't know if I need that one. So there is get move speed. Okay, so I'll need to make a new function, get player level. I think that'll probably be best. So I can just yoink it, go from there. Yeah. So let's just get that. If you intend to extend this project to far ends, you should do the inside function is an outside a specific event. You may need it again later. Yeah, maybe. Like, again, like apply healing. Like in this case, it's just like, it's a health potion. Maybe I can extend it in further ways, but I don't see a need right now. So maybe eventually there'll be a need to refactor and we'll check it out then. But for now, I think it's okay. You can always go back. And I really don't know how far I want to take this project just because it's a lot, but we'll just go with the flow, right? So get current level. Then I can do, something like this. Then get hero level. And then I can go back into the item. And I can do character, get hero level. Do I need to include the character? I already did, right? Oh, I include hero character. So So I guess... I guess this should be done in the hero character. So yeah, there'll probably have to be a bunch of refactors. Because, like, when we get to the point of maybe adding enemy AI, they're going to have some of these parameters too. So let me see. Maybe let's do this refactor now, just to get all those attributes into our hero character instead of our player character. This is going to be gross, but let's do it. Because in my head, hero character will have a lot, like, because the enemies, whatever enemies there are, creatures, humanoid creatures, things like that, they should all get the same attributes. And then if they need specific attributes, then make a new attribute set for that specific need. So, for example, like, you know, maybe there's a type of enemy that has added shield or whatever, you know. I don't know, that's a bad example, but you know what I mean. So, let's get this started. Let's just pull the trigger on this bad boy. So what do we have here? So we have the ability system component here. And I think that's... Okay, and we have damage data and the abilities asset. But we don't have the attributes. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking just shoot C++ in the face. So I think... Alright. So do we also handle crouching here in any way? Okay. One thing at a time, right? So... I think we're gonna have to literally, we don't have to copy the movement component. I think we just have to literally copy all this crap. I don't even think we need this function on movement changed. This is public, so let's put all this public crap in its own category. I don't know if there's a fast way to indent like this. I gotta learn some shortcuts in Visual Studio just to get my coding to be faster. Okay, is hero sprinting? We don't need to copy that one. Okay, so we have a bunch of these values. On player movement, I don't think this function does anything, if I remember what it looked like in the CPP. Let's let Visual Studio figure its life out. And also, I'm going to stream for about 2 hours for some game dev until about 8 o'clock my time. And then I'm going to switch over and I'm going to play some games. And kind of, tomorrow's my first day of vacation. Or no, tomorrow's my last day of work before vacation. I kind of want to just start playing stuff. So I'm going to play some more Control for a few hours after the stream. So if you want to watch that, stay tuned. But for now, we'll stick with game dev. So see this function, it's not doing anything. Fucking get rid of it. I don't think I'll need to even super any of this crap. I think I literally need to copy and paste a bunch of stuff. So let's create these implementations and just go one by one, right? Might make my life easier. Okay, I also need a reference to the attributes, of course. And where are we doing that? Grant abilities, here we go. Here, the player attributes. And I don't have anything like that in here, right? Default abilities, damage data. Just crouching. Ability system component, health component. Oh wait, I'm doing... Oh, that's a function, okay. Alright, let's create another... Yeah, we'll do it under the this one right here, and we'll just call it base hero attributes. I think that's lovely. And I believe we initialized this. I don't know if it's... Alright, so it's on possessed by. So this is where I'm kind of confused. Okay. So is there a way to know if there is a way to know? I think. Sorry, because I think in the base character, possessed by, we're gonna need to know if it is a player controlled or not. If it is, we could do some stuff. So this is under public, right? All right, let's do it right here. There's definitely a way to know if it's AI controlled, so we could do that pretty easily. Yeah, yeah, it is locally controlled, something like that. So where is... So game framework controller, I think is what we need. New controller. Is it locally? So returns whether this controller is locally controlled by player controller. Yeah, that's probably what we want to do. Because if it's AI, we don't want to do some things. So then we can do grab this and then all of this. Maybe not the character movement stuff. Something like that. And we need something for player state. So that should get rid of some stuff. So apply default abilities. Let's not worry about that. So I think what we can do is copy that. Something like that. Copy default. Something like that. Then we should be able to get rid of all of this. I don't think it's safe to be deleting things like this, but we're just gonna do it anyway. So what's wrong? Player attributes is not defined because we named it hero attribute, base hero attributes. And what's wrong here? Not sure why that's a problem. It wasn't a problem over here. Let me just compile and let's see what happens. Obviously, it's telling me it's incomplete, but... Okay. Hero player character. Oh, is it because I have a bunch of this shit? Yeah. Alright, I should be able to get... Alright, okay, we're not ready to compile just yet. Yeah, like I included it here, hero player state. And that's what it's looking for, so that's not the case here, I don't think. So let me just do the rest of the refactor, and then we'll deal with problems as they come. Alright, so we have get move speed is what we started with. Let me just minimize all this garbage. Okay. So get move speed. So we gotta change everything to hero base attributes. Base hero attributes. Okay, I have to include that. Makes sense. Okay, so we got get move speed is done. Now we just gotta do that like 10 more times. Oops. So get base move speed. I don't know if we'll need this actually, but we'll just take it because fuck it. Oh yeah, we did take all of them already. Cool. So we can just delete. Yeah, I swear to God, if I touch any engine code, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. Like, no lie. So let's go ahead and implement that one, that one. Can I implement like a bunch at the same time? Nope. Maybe, but I can't figure it out. Create implementation. Create implementation. Oh, okay. Okay, so all of them are implemented. So let's make sure we delete only the ones we don't need. So get move speed, good. Get move, that's done. So the two multipliers. Jump height and jump height multiplier. Air control. Crouch speed. And level. Okay. We might have to do something with the movement component, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. So now we can go into here and just copy everything over. So get move space, this one, move base value, change it to the base attributes, and then we can nuke that. Move speed multiplier, hero base attributes. I'll worry about it, what it's complaining in a minute. Movement speed multiplier base. Okay, this one looks wrong. Let me just... Yeah, that's what it is. go. And then base attributes. Jump height. Let me just do all of them and then I'll copy and paste that base attribute variable. Jump height multiplier. Air control. At sprinting, crouch speed. Current level's the last one. Awesome. Okay, now we gotta change these to base attributes. And I think we're gonna get a lot of problems. Well, hopefully, maybe not. Because, like, we might be calling those functions that we just deleted somewhere. I know we definitely are. So possessed by, is it still a problem? No. Alright, let's see what the damage is. And we'll kind of just tackle each error at a time if there are any. Okay. So we got errors. Not a surprise. Alright, let's start. So, get hero level is not a member of a hero character. Where is this? Okay. Well, it should be now, right? Alright, let's leave this alone for now. Maybe it needs to do a full compile. Let's just put this as 1. Player attributes. So a hero character.cpp. So player attributes is undeclared. Where is that? What? Okay. Aha. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Okay, and then do we have that reference in hero player character anywhere? Okay, we don't need that anymore. And since this inherits, I don't think we need a couple things. We don't need player state anymore. And we don't need controller anymore. And we don't need... I think that's it. Let's see what the damage is, and I'm sure I forgot something. Okay, 85 and 104. So 85 is right here. Oh. Okay. That's what you get for not reading all of the code. And 104. Okay. Let's see where else. Oh. Okay. We're compiled. So now let's see if anything breaks. Can we still use our abilities and whatnot? Okay, so we got a crash. if hero character... So what's wrong here? So I don't think that's a problem that I think it is. Alright, let's see. Let's try that again. Because our character movement component, does it have the crouch tag? Let's see. Let's go to our player character. So it does have a crouch tag. So what is the problem? Let's do that again.
Dziś wszystko jest na wyciągnięcie ręki. Burczy w brzuchu? Sięgnij po przekąskę.
Okay, maybe the character movement component is just not
A
initialized.
co jeśli potrzebujesz motywacji? Wystarczy kilka rockowych ballad, a wszystko znów stanie się proste. W Spotify Premium posłuchasz muzyki odpowiedniej do nastroju.
It's doing it right
Zawsze
there.
I wszędzie. Wróć do Premium i zyskaj 3 miesiące za jedyne 19,99. Dotknij baneru, aby dowiedzieć się więcej.
But I'm also doing it again. Why am I doing it again? That's probably just bad programming on my part. It's an access violation fault. It means that the value is null or you don't have permission to read that memory block. Maybe you tried to access it too fast. So I don't know why uncrouch happens before possess. Or am I doing the super too quickly? Maybe I should move the character movement component as well. Let's do the character component as well. And we'll kind of just deal with the consequences then. So that's stuff we need. Okay, we can copy this. Slowly but surely, I'm sure we'll figure this out. Otherwise, we just really fucked our day up. So we could do something like that. Yeah, it didn't work before. Like, I didn't change anything drastic. Let's not worry about the item base right now. Okay, there you go. So now, okay. We can do something like that. We could just yoink that. I do? Because I just have that function, right? Put it down here, right? Okay, I need to create that. Where is that function? This one. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check for if it's valid. So now not sure what's wrong with the crouching stuff. So is sprinting, I think, is fine. I'll need to update it, I think. Because I think because we have this function, right? Get hero character movement component. Or I could just do like this. Well, it says get movement component. Guess I could just do get hero. Oh my god. I don't know. Ah. Okay. Guess I could just do something like that. Why is that wrong? What am I even copying and pasting right now? Do that. And then that. Okay, that should still be kosher. Crouching. Not sure why that's a problem. Get hero movement components. Does crouch have the same problem? I wonder why. Alright. This refactor is going terribly. So possessed by, we're okay. Visualization, I think we're okay. Crouch. Okay, this is just a general stupid thing going on with this crouch. Alright, let's compile. Let's see what the damage is. Well, crouch has... If you're talking about crouch, then I don't think that's true, because crouch is a thing a character does. Yeah, so it seems okay. Let's see. Okay, so we still get the same problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's check if it's valid, right? So we can go if hero character movement do that. I think we should do the same thing on top for crouching. Visual Studio and its yeah. Visual Studio needs to get its shit together. Then if hero character movement So I guess it attempts to uncrouch and crouch before everything is valid. So I think that's okay. Let's try that out. Still a problem. All right, let's look up this error because I don't understand it now because I thought we're checking it. UE4. Let's see. I don't know why the tag is like maybe I need to include something. So for some reason I can't explain. It's more likely that whatever is calling that code is null. So so null has methods, so doing null something or null is also is invalid. Okay. Let's see. Let's put a breakpoint here, because there could be an issue with the ability system. So it's a long fucking if statement, so I think there's a couple things probably wrong with it. Well, how do I... Okay, how do I show the rest of this if statement? There we go. So something is not valid here, so let's just put a breakpoint and we'll see. My guess is either the ability system component. Oh yeah, sorry. So it's if the character movement crouch attack is valid plus the ability system component. If we have the tag, hey Sandra, what's up? So let's just see what happens when we play. So the hero character movement is valid. So it says it's okay. Okay. Yeah, probably the ability system component's fucked up. Because we have the... Yeah, okay. So the ability system component, from what I could tell, was not valid. said void. But I'll do it again. So here is the movement component. Everything looks good. This is bad. It doesn't look good. So get ability system component I don't think is returning anything valid. Oh, sorry about your internet, Sandra. Yeah, hopefully it gets better soon. See you tomorrow if you're not going to stay. So what is my get ability system component doing? So this can definitely... Okay. Let me check something real quick. Here's our player character. Let me just create a new class real quick of hero character. Just want to check if I see that component. Oh, no worries, Codebreaker. It's fine. Welcome back. So it has... So I think that's just what happens. I don't think that's the issue. Like, uncrouch, I think it maybe just be something that the character does at the very beginning. So I should have a get ability system component, right? What is going on? Like, yeah, I guess that will fix it, but it's not going to fix it, I don't, in the way that I think it should. Because this was working before, so this means, so something is different that's happening. Because, yeah, in theory, doing something like this would work. Is it like, is valid? So I think in theory, like, what you're saying is that should work. Or if I do get ability system component, you know, that will work. But, like, why is it not returning anything? I think it's like the order or something that I'm doing shit in. But we'll see if that fixes it. If it does, I want to reevaluate it. Yeah, I know I should use the function code breaker. I'm just checking to see something if it'll work. Okay, so now, so see, like a bunch of stuff is returning wrong, right? So that's not the problem. Something with this getAbility system component is just not doing it. Because this is a different thing now. It's update AirTag and everything like that. So I gotta see why getAbility system component is never returning anything. So it's a null pointer right now. Yeah. So ability system component is never called. So maybe this possessed by is never called. Maybe this if statement is wrong. Okay. Okay, so this is wrong. So the player state, we never actually get the player state. So that's the problem. All right, Codebreaker, I already found what the problem is. It's player state. Oh. So get player state. Let me check what it is on GitHub. I forgot what was supposed to be in that parentheses. So good thing we have. I can use source control. Let's try to use source control first. I'm missing something in the parentheses and I don't know what it is. So player character .cpp diff okay, so this is okay, so we have that exact same thing. I'm gonna have to put things on the side. Okay, so I'm not casting, and that's how it was before, so that's not the issue. Well, so local player controller is saying that's true. So is there, let's see, let me comment that out. Let's do it again. A hero player state PS equals get player state. Maybe it does need a cast, like a hero player state, right? That's literally what we just had. Let's just see what happens. Because this if is nothing. I want to know what it returns, if it's going to return anything. Okay, so this. Okay, so this breakpoint wasn't hit because why did I put the breakpoint there? Stop. What the fuck was that? Why did I put the breakpoint on line 29? If it does it again, then I'll have to do it at the player state line. It's like, look, it's literally the same line, so I know it's not going to do anything different. At least it shouldn't. Oh. I know. Well, I don't know, but maybe I know. We should super. Let's see if supering does anything, because maybe because we didn't super, it fucks something up that with the player state. Okay, let's see if this will return correctly. Yes. So we got it working, because I guess something's happening in the super that's involved with the player state. So maybe, yeah, so that's probably what it was. So we don't have to touch anything in a movement component. I guess as a safety measure, we can keep this logic. You know, obviously change it to get ability, just as a safety measure, get ability system component. And just do it everywhere. Yeah, so that's what it was. I forgot the super, which is super. Yeah, let's see what this possessed by is. Where's the so a character possessed by so it's a virtual void, but let me see. Containing folder. Okay, maybe it'll just be easier to do character.cpp. Probably not, but let's just look for it. I just want to see what possessed by does. Here we go. Okay, so what does hero come from? Pawn? Probably. Oh, crap. Yeah, it comes from pawn. I don't know if I'm doing an unnecessary deep dive into the engine code, but I want to see exactly where it's doing what it's doing. There we go. Right there. So that's where the problem was. It was never getting to that point. So it happens in pawn. Cool. Good to know. Okay. Close that. Okay. And we updated our crouch on crouch just to have additional valid checks. So let's see. Now we should be able to spawn. All right, we spawn. We're moving. We can jump. We can use abilities. We can crouch. Still jump. Yep, we could do everything. Cool. Can we take damage? Can we heal? Yes. Okay. So all of that is done. And the only reason we did that is so that an item we should be able to call. I guess I can just refactor that to that. That, then I should be able to do character. Yeah, oh, I spelled character wrong. Like, that should be something I should be able to do. Why am I not able? Why am I still not able to do it? So hero character, it's public, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, get current level. It's the wrong fucking name. Of course. Okay. So now, what we should be able to do is we can create a duplicate of our potion. So let's give us 3 potions. Oh god. And let's make this damage do 60. Now we take damage. So right now we're level 1. We get healed by 10. We can say hero level 2. And let's just confirm all that with our debug. So hero level 2. So now as level 2, we should be able to get healed by 20, which we do. That if we're hero level 3, we should be able to heal by 30, and we do. Okay, so that works as I imagined it would. So we know at the very least this hero level attribute is doing what I wanted it to do. We can check that off. And passing in level and gameplay effects, we can check that off. So now we can work on our I think we can work on our inventory component now. That was a rough refactor, but at least we got down to it. We figured it out. So, let's go ahead. New C++ class, actor component, hero inventory component. Do I already have like a inventory directory? Hero dev. Hero source. No. Well, we have a components thing. So component. Inventory. Did I name it? Inventory component? Yeah. Okay. Let's create that class. This will probably take a while. I don't know if you can see the new Christmas swag that I got from work. People can fly. Got a new sweatshirt. They also gave me a beanie. You can't really see it. This tag should say people can fly on it. So I got some office swag. Feels good. It's comfortable. Yeah, I like it. Now I have a lot of sweatshirts. I have like a bright orange sweatshirt. I have like a tie-dye stained sweatshirt. Now I have this sweatshirt. I also have another Outrider sweatshirt. I got a lot of sweatshirts and jackets now. Maybe a little too much that I can handle. Yeah, especially in Poland right now. It's getting colder and colder, so I gotta be wearing long clothes and sweatshirts and shit like that. It's pretty crazy. Right now back home in New York on Long Island, they're having a giant snowstorm. From what I saw, I don't know how many inches, as they would say. But it looked pretty deep, and I don't know how much longer it's going. That's cool. You know, long clothes, sweaters. It's a style, for sure. I guess while we're waiting, while this compiles, in the meantime, I kind of want to do research on how other people have done inventory systems, because I don't know how I should plan this out. I definitely need to plan it out. So I might do it, maybe next live stream, I'll plan it out more. And for here, we'll kind of research it. So there's a. So this guy made one. So I don't know if I want to do that much. I don't know if I want to be able to drag and drop it. Okay, our code finished. Let's stop debugging. So it picks up the actor. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely also something to consider, like stack size. Like the way he has the grid set up is something I would want. And like the way he has tool tips and icon. Maybe you would want to consider dropping loot. I mean, I feel like that's all a good idea. Yeah, maybe have options like that. It's a lot to think about. Not exactly sure how I would want to handle it. I don't know what the best way is to do it, but I know I want this inventory component to really just handle items, essentially, right? Yeah. How each item should work is a good idea. Let's see. So let's see. Okay, so in the end, like I want to have, like, I don't know if how good Sublime Text is gonna be about making a pyramid scheme, but like I want to have an item, right? And then from item, this is what I want to kind of think about. Like my initial idea was potions, armor, and weapons. And then, you know, I think that's like, what else can there exist in like an RPG? Like under potions, there would be like categories like, you know, health, basically like attribute potions, attribute based. So this means like health, speed, maybe armor eventually, etc. And then armor would be its own thing. So like I don't know if it would need like, you know, this is kind of gross how this is all drawn out. Yeah, collectibles, like page, like text, like books, text, maybe character bios or something. Like it's pretty limitless. Yeah, right? So yeah, that's the tricky thing. Codebreaker, do you have a suggested like tool to use to like draw? Like I wish I had like a Cintiq pen. Maybe I should look into buying a Cintiq so that I can easily like kind of scribble stuff out on screen. Let me see how much a Cintiq goes for. Cintiq. Okay, so they're pretty expensive. But I generally use Paint, to be honest, or Photoshop. Yeah, like I don't want to be drawing with a mouse, because my handwriting in this mouse is really sensitive, and my handwriting kind of sucks with a mouse. So maybe for Christmas, I'll get myself a tablet. I think that would be good. Like this one looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't have that fancy of a pen. What's the rating on this? About 4 stars. Okay, so this one is better based off of rating. Same price, but it can't be shipped to me, so that's the end of that conversation. Are the reviews in... So the tablet must be connected to a PC. So USB and HDMI cable. Okay. It depends if you want a tablet with... Yeah, I think this one is okay. I just gotta see if I have... yeah, I'll need to see how I don't know if I have an open USB port. I have to. All right, I'm gonna definitely consider buying this though. Let me just add it to my cart and just so I can remember it. Then I'll worry about that later. Okay. So we'll have to revisit that so I can start drawing stuff. But yeah, maybe we can use. Maybe we can add information here. Because, yeah, gear level and rarity, that's something that I think everything should have except collectibles. Most tablets that require to be connected to a PC don't really have a screen to watch. It just works like a mouse pad. Well, so the one I was looking at had a screen, so that's pretty good. I think, I don't know. I'll keep researching. I don't want to waste any more time kind of looking at that right now. Alright, let's make a new list. Call it design. Add a card. Item. Hierarchy, maybe? Item types. And hierarchy. Join. We don't do date really. Labels, we can do label. Design. Okay. We need to figure out how items will work. Different item types. Hierarchy structure. So there's a checklist. Any other like feature? There's power-ups. Do I need a fucking power-up? Checklist to do. Create item type and hierarchy. Design document. Okay. Did I not add that item? There we go. So we could do that here. Hero game development. We do items. Yeah, I misclick. I misclick very often. So let's make a new Google Doc. Let me just zoom in for you guys. Item types. And hierarchy. And we can just copy and paste that. I forget how to make it. So is it like file? No. Oh yeah, I remember. Title. Boom. Okay. For now, it's not going to be too fancy of a document. So let me just think of all the items that we would possibly want to have, right? So we can say, we can start with gear. So let me just drop this down a little bit. So one is gear. What falls under gear? Maybe you could say headgear. Gloves, hand. So we'll just say we'll say head, gloves, hands, shoes, feet. I know World of Warcraft I started playing that. It has a lot of different armor slots. So, I mean, we can always go big and then lower the scope. Because I think they have like waistband. They have like necklace. Yeah, fingernails. What of my CD Projekt Red? So they have necklace. They have chest, upper armor, pants, lower armor. What else does World of Warcraft have? World of Warcraft gear slots, I guess is the best way to say it. Equipment slot. So they got head and they got shoulders. Shoulders. Chest. I'm just gonna write it in the order that they have it. And then they said, what? Wrist? Wrist. Hands and waist. So then legs and feet. And then they have non-armor. Okay, so we won't do anything with non-armor. Okay, I think that's enough, right? Null armor? Is that just like beginning like naked pieces? So we have gear. So then we would have weapons. Maybe we can go Skyrim style. Do like one-handed, two-handed. I don't know. Do we want to separate sword and axe and stuff as their own separate categories? Maybe not. We'll just say long range, bow, arrow. That would be fucking difficult to do, but we're gonna try to do that eventually. They all should be put in melee. I'm gonna make melee its own separate thing. Melee, no weapon equipped, so you'll just throw fists. All right, so I think that's fine for now. So that's collectibles, gold. I don't think experience would fall under this category because, well, we'll need to keep track of it, but I want to make experience a attribute and not an actual obtainable item. But I guess that's the same for gold. Maybe because I don't think gold will ever have a physical representation. I think this is something you'll be just rewarded for combat or selling stuff if we ever get to that point. So I don't even think that falls in that. I guess we'll include it, that both of them. So gold, experience, maybe books, texts, miscellaneous information. And I was thinking like potions should be their own thing. We got Easter eggs. Maybe enchantments. Oh, we got a new follower. Thanks for following, Chris822. Welcome. Hope you're having fun if you've been watching. Because what I'm thinking with enchantments is, hey Chris. What I'm thinking with enchantments is just like things, I don't know, boosts to armor or weapons, you know? It's like, okay, I got like a plus 10 armor enchantment and it does this or that, you know, it increases these attributes. Maybe it adds a certain effect or aura onto your weapon, boost in damage. Yep. Thanks for following, Rossplay TV. Much appreciated. Welcome. But yeah, basically, enchantments are going to be things for your weapons or your armor, plus damage, plus certain armor, maybe certain resistance stats. Maybe if we introduce elemental things, which I don't fucking know. Maybe if I work on this game for 10 fucking years, we can do like Legend of Zelda style elemental stuff. But that's pretty much what it is. Like, you know, stat boosts, visual effects, maybe elemental effects, maybe. And potions, what I would say is temporary effects, stat boosts, visual effects, elemental effects, maybe. Because, like, for example, you want to take a potion that increases your maybe attack speed, or your eventually we're gonna have to figure out cooldowns for some abilities and stuff like that. I would like to include health regeneration. Yeah. I'll need to probably make my own separate document for that. Just so we can track everything that we have and what we might need. Because health regeneration, yeah. And possibly, mana cost, mana regeneration. That could be a potion for how much mana you have, etc. But let's make that right now. So we already have an attributes thing, but let me make a document. Google Docs. Attributes. Boom. So then we have separate categories: base, hero, character, attributes. Eventually, we might have to add unique attribute sets for certain characters or something, depending on how far we want to kind of take it. So let's look at the code. What do we have in our base attribute set? Let me pull you back over to code just so you can see code stuff. Okay. So we have player movement speed. We have player movement speed multiplier. The basic attribute would be health, health regen, mana, mana regen, level power, another source of power. Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of an RPG player, which is definitely a disadvantage here. So I'm kind of just going off what my experiences are with things like League of Legends. Now that I'm playing World of Warcraft, I'm taking notes. I'm working on Outriders for People Can Fly, and that has RPG elements in it, so I'm kind of familiar with those. So I have reference points, and also Control has attributes and mods and stuff like that. So we can mod weapons, stuff like that. So we're not going to be too lost. We have player jump height multiplier. And player jump height. We'll kind of keep the order the same. And I kind of want to treat, when it's a multiplier, I want to treat that as a temporary effect. But for example, maybe we can have, when you reach a certain level, you can permanently increase your jump height, or maybe unlock a skill mastery for increasing jump height. A equipment rune. Runes is another idea for item types. Maybe that could be under enchantments. Runes. So, now at this point, the scope of this game is starting to explode now that we're figuring out everything. So we have player air control, player crouch speed. I want to refactor this even further. Get the word player out of there, just so I don't, because basically this is gonna be all characters, including AI. So maybe I don't want to confuse myself down the line. But that means I'll have to learn I'll have to rename this, and it's gonna be a fucking grip. We'll do that next time too. We won't go too deep. Then we have health, max health, damage, hero level, and then max hero level. So what do we need? Health regeneration. Sorry, I'm not on the right screen. Here we go. Let me just get some water too. So health, max health, health regeneration. Yeah, I gotta stay hydrated. I keep talking and my voice is getting destroyed. Then we can do mana, max mana, mana regeneration. Maybe physical power for melee and stuff. Magic power for spells and stuff. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it's endless what we can do. It's just a matter of how well we can implement everything. Yeah, because I was thinking that's what physical power can be, but maybe we could say weapon damage bonus, magic damage bonus, I mean, there's so much we could do. Like at this point, I'm kind of running out the clock because you know we can pretty much implement everything that our dreams can think of. So player movement speed. I want this to. I want to kind of separate this stuff out a little bit. This is the player's current movement speed. Current movement speed should be increased via instant effects rather than temporary. Because basically I want to be like, okay, you know, you reach level 10, that means you get, you know, plus 10% movement speed. That's the attribute you're going to mess with, right? You're gonna be like, okay, movement speed is now 10% more, and then if you have multipliers for, you know, say you have armor that gives you 2% more, that's where the multiplier comes in. You do a multiplier of 1.02, or you add 0.02, whatever. You kind of get that information from data tables later on. So that's kind of the idea. I don't know, like, should I work on this right now? Like, I don't know what else I should code, because right now the rest of the coding stuff is going to take a while. Maybe we can just, let's add some attributes, right? Just so we have them. Maybe we can change these into categories. So public, and this could just be character, movement attributes, and we could just keep whatever is movement based. So jump height, air control, crouch speed, and then we can separate this out again. This could be health attributes. And then we can add a new one.
Teraz 3 miesiące premium zyskasz za jedyne 19,99. Możesz też zrezygnować, kiedy chcesz. Kliknij baneru, aby dowiedzieć się więcej.
Health regeneration. Then we can do another section, maybe like damage output. So that's where we can have things like weapon damage bonus and magic power bonus. So the next one, magic damage. Because eventually we're going to have to make some sort of dummy enemy. Maybe like a sphere or something, or just like a mannequin that doesn't move that we can just deal damage to. Just to make sure all these like stats are working. And like eventually I want to have it work like kind of like World of Warcraft, where you see the damage numbers come up. And the Tranec documentation should help me cover that. So I might want to look into that real quick while we're here. So magic damage bonus. Then we can separate this out again. Just do like leveling attributes. Okay, so we added a few attributes. I'll have to add something to my to-do list. So that's good. Just see. Code. Clean up newly added attributes in Hero. All right. let me just do attribute cleanup. Okay. So we're definitely got to do this next stream. What I want to do, checklist to do. Bring you guys to that screen. Sorry. Rename player attributes. Yeah, rename hero player attributes to hero attributes, or hero character base attributes. I think that's fine. We're gonna have to rename that. And then I want to remove the term player from these attributes. Like instead of player movement speed, we call it movement speed. So that's gonna be a pretty big refactor too. So we'll have to do that next time. Remove name, remove word, no, term player from attributes. Example, player movement speed. Movement speed. That'll just make my life easier, I think. So we'll do that, and okay, I do have something for mana. Join that. I forgot that. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out mana at some point. We're gonna have to learn how cost and everything works. Let me just quickly look at the Tranec documentation while we're here. Oh. Codebreak, I didn't see your message. The attributes for my player is long. Let's see. Is it okay if I show this on stream? Codebreaker, do you mind? It's okay? Okay. Yeah, so health, yeah, mana regeneration. So power, damage, power level, physical ability, yeah, armors, critical damage, yeah. XP, hero level. Cooldown reductions, yeah, lifesteal, interesting. Source and target bonus damage, armor, door. Intellect, agility. Yeah, that's all good attributes. It'll be interesting how you calculate these in your formulas and stuff when you apply damage and agility and everything like that. So, yeah, good reference. Thanks for showing us that. Where is it under here? Yeah, gas documentation. Yeah, I would imagine your formulas are huge. For anyone who is interested, all the new people, since we got 2 new followers, you can join the Discord server. Mostly Codebreaker and me are the active ones, kind of join, talking and sharing stuff and asking each other questions and stuff like that. So feel free to join if that interests you. So this is the Tranec documentation. I'll also link that in the description for those who are in the chat, I should say. Anyone who's wanting to learn. Because he has, like, what I was thinking is, like, because he does deal damage. And the number values come up, right? So that's kind of what I want to do as well. I do want to add a bit of randomness. So like they're not spawning in the same location each time, kind of like spread it around the character a little bit more. Honestly, maybe, you know, if you get a critical hit, okay, bad aiming there. But you know, if you get a critical hit, maybe the colors will change. Maybe if you're healing yourself, you'll see numbers or something like that. And now see, he has regeneration as well. So I'm curious. We can probably look at that and see how regeneration works there. Is there anything like health? So that's the regeneration volume. Oh yeah, here's the gameplay effect for health regen. It should be... Yeah, regen rate, attribute. Curious where he adds this. It must be in code. Now it's in the character. It's under abilities, startup effects. Okay, so he has health regen on all the time. But I would imagine we would want to have some sort of cooldown, right? Right, yeah, he adds health based on the regeneration rate attribute. So as soon as I start taking damage, it's always being applied, it seems. Whereas what I would want to have it is, you know, I take damage and then wait, you know, X amount of seconds before regeneration kicks in. Maybe that can be an attribute as well, right? So it's like, okay, you have to... Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the cooldown is the period. But I want to have an instance where, like... Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard in theory, but we already kind of know. I'm still learning all this crap, so... But yeah, that's how I would imagine it being, where like you get damage, X amount of seconds, you start healing. But if you take damage, and then while you're waiting, say you have to wait 2 seconds before it kicks in, right? You take damage, after 1 second, you take damage again, that should reset. So I think I have to basically kind of work on a delegate of when I'm getting damaged and stuff like that. Yeah, that's also an option with the tag. Maybe I don't have to use a timer event or anything, but I think I'll still need to use a timer, but I can use tags to help me with that. All good ideas. Just drink some water. So I think we definitely have a path of maybe not success, but we have a path forward, right? Yeah, application requirements, that could be something. So I think this is where I'm going to end the game development portion of this live stream. I'm going to take a couple minutes, and then I'm going to jump into some Control, play some Control. For those who want to stick around and watch, much appreciated. If you don't want to stick around, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. I'll send a link in the chat. There you'll find all the live streams. You'll also find some Unreal Engine 4 tutorials, so make sure to subscribe there if you aren't already. Consider joining Patreon, where you'll have access to the source code, depending on the tier. You may need to go eat soon. Okay, that's cool, Codebreaker. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good meal. Bon appetit. I think that's French. So, enjoy. I might get a little bit of ice cream. Treat myself a bit. and then I'll jump into some gaming. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and see you soon.